healthy and radiating optimism, humor is said to be a lifesaver. Read on for some quotes and sayings about it in this Buzzle article. Humor and a joyful nature are good moods to be around. Isn't it more pleasant to spend time in such company? There is a lot to be said about humor. Yes, it is good for your heart, for your nervous system. It does induce positivism and optimism, thus bringing you good health. We like being around people like that. However, when we went deep into it, in most cases, we realized that this sense of humor is just a mask that people hide behind. Well, we prefer this mask to other masks, but when you get close to someone, close enough to know them, the masks fall and the real person might not be as funny and witty as you might have believed. This inner joy issue is much deeper than a mere sense of humor. To have a fountain full of joy/good humor, you need to know where to fuel it from. When you see the world falling apart, the economy, the environment, and so much more, you realize that it is not this world that you can fill your joy tank from. You need to fill it from God. You will find God if you search for Him with all your heart. Humor is a serious thing. I like to think of it as one of our greatest, earliest natural resources, which must be preserved at all costs. James Thurber. Humor is a universal language. Joel Goodman. Nothing is more curious than the almost savage hostility that humor excites in those who lack it. George Saintsbury. The secret source of humor itself is not joy, but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. Mark Twain. The beauty of the world has two edges, one of laughter, one of anguish, cutting the heart asunder. Virginia Woolf. I have always noticed that people will never laugh at anything that is not based on truth. Will Rogers. Everything is changing. People are taking the comedians seriously and the politicians as a joke. Will Rogers. Comedy is simply a funny way of being serious. Peter Ustinov. Humor is a reminder that no matter how high the throne one sits on one's bottom. Tacky. Above all else, go out with a sense of humor. It is needed armor. Joy in one's heart and some laughter on one's lips is a sign that the person down deep has a pretty good grasp of life. Hugh Sidey. The satirist shoots to kill while the humorist brings his prey back alive and eventually releases him again for another chance. Peter de Vries. My way of joking is to tell the truth. It's the funniest joke in the world. George Bernard Shaw. Humor is perhaps a sense of intellectual perspective, an awareness that some things are really important, others not, and that the two kinds are most oddly jumbled in everyday affairs. Christopher Morley. If I had no sense of humor, I would long ago have committed suicide. Mahatma Gandhi. Humor is the great thing, the saving thing. The minute it crops up, all our irritation and resentments slip away, and a sunny spirit takes their place. Mark Twain. Common sense and a sense of humor are the same thing, moving at different speeds. A sense of humor is just common sense, dancing. William James. Humor prevents one from becoming a tragic figure even though he/she is involved in tragic events. E.T. Sy Eberhard. Humor is just another defense against the universe. Mel Brooks. Humor is a rubber sword, it allows you to make a point without drawing blood. Mary Hirsch. A sense of humor is a major defense against minor troubles. Mignon McLaughlin. Let your humor always be good humor, in the double sense of the phrase. If it comes from a bad humor, it is almost sure to be bad humor. Augustus William Hare and Julius Charles Hare. Humor is despair refusing to take itself seriously. Arland Usher. The kind of humor I like is the thing that makes me laugh for 5 seconds and think for 10 minutes. William Davis. There is no defense against adverse fortune which is so effectual as an habitual sense of humor. Thomas W. Higginson.